There has recently been much talk about the exchange rate in Nigeria. It is clear that the Central Bank of Nigeria is doing a good job managing the country's foreign reserves and the exchange rate at a time where most currencies are not just weakening but languishing against the US dollar. We have invited Alhaji Aminu Gwadabe, President of the Association of Bureau de Change of Nigeria, to discuss the Nigerian parallel foreign exchange market implications of the prevailing global situation. Please join me in our discussion with Alhaji Gwadabe. All right, Mr. Gwadabe, welcome to our studio, Magoni Studios.
Okay.
Well, as president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, what is happening in your industry today? What's happening?
There is a lot of what is happening in our industry, especially the foreign exchange market. We found waking up daily, seeing multiple regulators' policies. For instance, in our own case, in 2014, the capital of Bureau de Change and the caution deposit has been reviewed. The caution deposit has been reviewed from 3 million to 35 million naira, which is about $220,000. So for you, as a then, so for you to obtain a license, you must keep $220,000 compulsorily with the Central Bank of Nigeria. We believe this is an aberration. It's not what happened in other clients. Then two, there's the issue of introduction of BVN in our sales for Forex. That is a bank verification number. It's just like in the US, you now enter into a BDC outlet and he's asking you of your security number. So we believe also that is another area of conflicting interest. Then the final one and the big one, which just came in January, where even the whole total CBN window was closed, and there are no any clarifications on what are other sources that the licensed central bank BDC will assess. Yeah.
Well, that is good. I mean, the reason I asked, what's happening in the industry is because where the noise is about the fact that the BDCs may be responsible or partly responsible for the weakening currency in the parallel market. Right. Not the official, because we know the official rate is fixed. Yeah. How it is how it is. Yeah. But there is this insinuation, which I'm sure you are not unaware of, that one of the reasons we see the Naira sliding so much in the parallel market is because of untoward behavior by the BDCs. And that's the reason why the CBN has withdrawn its support to BDCs by selling hard currency to them. So when I was asking about what's happening in the industry, is there any truth to that? Is there anything
you see,
to
yes,
say about that?
I also want to come to that, but I have to start by giving you those challenges that the BDC are facing, so as to appreciate our own position of all this as accusation, criminalization, and accusation, like you rightly pointed. As licensed Bureau de Change, we are always not comfortable, because when we see the margin going wider, it's easy to attribute the blame. It has been happening like that always. It's the Bureau de Change that are causing it. But it's good to make clarification at this point. Nigeria is an economy that have different participants in the market. You have the banks, you have the exporters, you have the street hawkers, you have the individual, and you have the licensed Bureau de Change. And the Bureau de Change, Central Bank licensed Bureau de Change, only control 5% of the total market. So how can you be attributing blame to 5% and leaving the 95% of the participants in the industry? So there is need to make this clarification.
Who controls the largest share of the market?
I think the people that control the largest share of the market, there was a time that the banks used to be the major participant, even in the interbank market. Yeah. Even the CBN were not even coming into the market. The banks alone were funding that interbank market. So the bank are the major participants, they drive volume, and they drive the market.
But when people are talking about the exchange rate in Nigeria, typically they look to the street hawkers and to the BDCs.
So that's what.
And they don't pay attention to the banks, as you
this is where the problem is. You see, we always give we are always addressing the symptoms instead of the root causes. Yeah. So this is the problem, and we always want to look at the only one side of the coin without minding the implications. So this is really what is happening, and like I said, there are a lot of differences between a street hawker and a licensed bureau de change operator. A licensed bureau de change operator, he have an office, he oblige returns to Central Bank of Nigeria and to Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. These are obligations. Yes. And he also keep 35 million naira caution deposit with Central Bank. He's a registered company with the Corporate Affairs Commission. So he meet all these obligations. He pay taxes. He register with Federal Inland Revenue Service.
What was your deposit obligation before the 35
million? It was just 3 million naira, and it was increased to 35 million.
Why do you think it was increased to 35
The reason given them, one, was to ensure continuous participation in the CBN window. 2, to enhance our capacity. 3, to make us agents of Western Union, and so many other things like that, to even increase our value.
Maybe the CBN wanted to introduce real sanity into the industry.
That is true, and in a way also thinking that they can reduce the number. Because by the time the current governor came in, there are about...
No, wait, you thought that they were trying to reduce the number?
Yes, that's
why would they want to do that?
But they said the proliferation is too much, that there are so many BDC in the economy that they cannot effectively monitor them. Because, monitoring, I think, is one of the major challenges of the regulators. Even the 26 banks that they have, they still find difficulties.
But you are about 3,000?
Yes, we're about 3,000 registered members. Yes.
Did all of them, were they all able to
All of us, the BDC have contributed so far
the 35 million,
the
they were all able to pay?
BDC have so far contributed 105 billion naira to the Central Bank of Nigeria.
But you say so far since when? Since
as
the
of
beginning
2014, yes.
Since the beginning of time?
Since the beginning, we have about 2,000, which are talking about 70 billion.
Yes.
Then from that 2014 to date, we have about 3,000. So over 1,000 have also come on board between that period and now.
No, but what I'm saying is this big amount of money, 105
billion
naira.
Yes.
That's being contributed over what period of time?
In fact, in 2 years' time.
Wow.
Yes, in 2 years' time. 2014 just to say December 2015. Yes, that money has been there.
Now, the BDCs, when they came into being, I think in the late 80s?
Yes,
or something?
89.
89.
Yes.
Okay, they were not funded by the CBN at that time.
Yes.
The CBN didn't open a window for them.
Yeah.
How did the whole thing come about? Because now the governor of the central bank is saying that Nigeria is the only country in the world where the central bank opens a window for BDCs. So how did it happen that the window was open in the first
and
place?
foremost, to address that question, you see, here is the only place in the world where you can go and find Nigeria. You cannot go to another place and find Nigeria. So we have our peculiar problems, and peculiar problems need peculiar solutions. This reason, the purpose of even bringing bureau de change into the window of registering them, number one, you see, the activities of the street hawkers has been there, like the age of Nigeria. They have been there even before the registration of licensed bureau de change. One is to ensure that you have transform those unregistered bureau de change into a nest of, say, the financial system, where you can capture data, you can capture statistics. The money coming in, people can walk into a bureau de change and exchange it. All the bureau de change need to do is to capture data. So person is into my office and he buy this and send it to the regulatory authorities. So the BDC have been doing that despite the harsh economic environment. They remain buoyant, like you said. Then there also come a need. There is these challenges the CBN have been facing for over maybe 20 years. This is the wide gap in the market. And the wide gap, the CBN really want to close it. Banks were giving...
that is the gap between the
official market and the parallel market.
Rate.
So that is a very serious wide gap. And it becomes a challenge. Several efforts and collaboration with the banks to ensure that that gap has been closed or minimally reduced has not been achieved for over 20 years. Billions of dollars have been used to close that gap. But what we found out from the inception of CFM, Second-Tier Foreign Exchange Market, Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, Interbank Foreign Exchange Market, whole Dutch auction system, real Dutch auction system, and now the conversions of the rate. All the banks were participants, major participants. That gap have not been closed. Yeah. And then 2 is to generate employment. Okay. You know, the BDC so far now we have generated over minimum of 25,000 employees. The incidence of fake currency, ab initio, when people travel abroad, the image of Nigerians is at stake just because of fake currency. I think now it's to the barest minimum, or it is not even in existence.
There is no doubt that the BDCs, there is no doubt that the BDCs have a very important role to play in the economy. Yeah. But the question was then that what caused the dependency on the central bank for that window? Could you not have continued to do it the way you were doing it before the window was open?
Of course, the Biridi change have always been engaging the Central Bank of Nigeria. Okay. For instance, the issue we have here, there are some transactions that are supposed to be for the Biridi change, but they are being cornered by the banks. Look at the personal home remittance. Nigeria receives over $20 billion annually.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yes, receive about $20 billion annually from Nigerians in diaspora. This is a big chunk. Yes. The CBN is crying. They are giving the BDCs about $8 billion, $5 billion. This is a product, $20 billion annually.
Okay, the last I saw was we got $21 billion.
That's right.
I mean, it's like just over 60% of the $32 or so billion that came to sub-Saharan Africa.
That's
where did it go? I mean, is this money that if somebody is traveling from London to Nigeria or from New York to Nigeria and he has the money in his pocket?
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't take it to the bank.
Yeah, of course.
He gives it to his mother or somebody who then goes to the Bureau de Change.
This is excluding the one that the man is carrying and cash, because this is backed up by statistical figure.
Yes.
The money that come in through the financial system,
through
the banking,
and
the banking system.
Yeah. Okay.
It's amounted to about $21 billion. So if that kind of scope is fully given to say the Biridi change, that will have gone a long way.